Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully everybody can see me and hear me. I have I'm just using everything that's on the Mac, like the built-in camera and microphone and all that. So hopefully everybody is having a good day. Um, Today has been a pretty good day for me as far as like health-wise goes. I feel good-ish. Um, but yeah, got a lot of things done today. So that's always a plus. I keep getting notifications. Oh, it's me because I'm going live. If you didn't know, here I am. But yeah, I wanted to make sure to say hi and thank you to everybody and being understanding about the video yesterday. And then if you have any questions or anything like that, you can ask me and I will answer everything as honestly as possible. Hi LJ. So far, so good. Hi Roberta. Doing okay today. I'm glad you're here, Magdalia. Hi Jennifer. Hi Kelly. Hi Kalita. But yeah, that's kind of like, I've got most of my office stuff moved. Hi, Steven. I still have quite a bit left actually to move. Who am I kidding? Hi, Heather. I've still got lighting. What else? Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. Hi, Betty. I'm glad you're here. So at this point, Kalita, we will be selling some of the equipment as we get closer. But yeah, that's kind of... So Roberta, at this point, there's not a plan to reopen a storefront. Pretty much it's just going to be YouTube and stuff like that. Because at this point, I'm not even cleared to drive. Mentally, with where my head's at, it is very difficult to getting through things. Just like even normal speech. So as of right now, that's the game plan, to take as much off of my plate as I can. LJ, this is a different home office that I had before. So before, my home office is baby pink. We are using it for like gym equipment and stuff like that. So it's full. This was Jeremy's office, so I kind of did this to kind of give me a space instead of having to try to move everything out. Debbie, I posted a video yesterday. If you want to go watch it, it has to do with what's going on with the business and how everything is going and what we're going to do moving forward. So Betty, I don't know if I'm doing Craftsmas. I had planned on it, but my health has just kind of gotten worse. So I don't know what I'm going to do. So Jamie, to answer your question, we are closing the storefront, the retail storefront. We're getting everything ready to slowly phase that out. We will still do, like my mother and father-in-law and stuff like that. We'll still do some custom work, kind of depending on what the job is and if we can actually get a hold of things, probably through the end of the year. I don't know exactly how long everything's going to take, because, you know, we own our building on Boston, so we've got to sell that. We've got things like that to do. I am in the mood to declutter and get rid of a lot of things, because when we move, I have no idea how long that will take, but I want to downsize as far as homes go. I just want to have things go a whole lot easier. Thank you, Angela. I am trying to care for me, and part of it is in, like, my husband was even like, something has to change. Something has to give. I think besides just health issues, even before like new health issues came forward, he could see that I was kind of getting to my breaking point. And it's, it's too much, I guess is the best way to put it. Between health issues and dealing with the kids with their stuff, all the stuff with the pandemic, everything with work and supply, it was just like my health, other people's health, knowing so many people around me who have passed, it's just like it's got to be too much. Let me see, trying to go through and read comments. I am trying to talk and read at the same time. Why aren't you scrolling? Okay. But yeah, Kalita, I'm not sure if that's going to go on sale. There are some things we're still working on. Thank you, Roxy. Roberta, at this point, my in-laws want to go closer to my sister-in-law at this point is what they're talking about. But their future dreams don't have to be the same as ours, but hopefully that makes sense. Thank you, Simply You. But yeah, Migdalia, that's where I want to be, is in the Orlando area. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, LJ. And I don't know. It kind of just depends because, like, right now, I'm still moving stuff and still getting things set up, which does take time, especially whenever I can't do as much as I want to. Sorry. But that's part of it. But yeah, we're going to see how it goes. And, as we get closer to Craftsmas, I will definitely keep y'all updated. Let's see. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Stephen. Exactly, LJ. My sister-in-law, my nephew, Aubrey, is much younger than my kids. My youngest one is fixing to be 15 in April. And the other two are adults. And they want to be in the Orlando area too. So that's part of the reason why we are trying to get everything together. Liz, my husband, would die if we moved to Australia. He loves Australia. He wants to go back so bad. And I just can't get over the fact of people eat kangaroo. Now, I get that they're probably like deer are here. It's just like, yeah. But let's see. Yes, Stephen, I will probably do some Disney vlogs. Did I already say that? I don't know. I'm sorry if I did. My mind it's not working 100%. And part of that is certain things, but part of it's medication too. And it's going to take a while to get the medication to where we need it to. Let's see. Doing what's best for you first is what you have to do. Like, you can't feel exactly, Tracy. And I feel like for a long time, that's kind of what I've been doing, is doing everything for so many other people. I've always been one to volunteer. I'm the one that's considered dependable. So it's like, if someone needs something last minute, they call me or whatever. And at this point, I have had to learn to say no because it was too much. Hopefully Hopefully so, Migdalia. That is the plan. Hopefully everything goes the way that I want it to. Oh yeah, Laura, I'm still going to do makeup. I'm still going to do crafts. It may not be as often, and it may be more often. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling, and how medication and stuff like that's doing. But as I said, right now everything's kind of up in the air. But I did want people to kind of know what was going on, because I have gotten messages about missing videos, or I've gotten messages about, what's going on with this, what's going on with that. So I figured that doing video, like the video yesterday and then doing this live today, that I could be able to explain it to y'all, hopefully, so that way it's understandable and how it's going. Thank you, Latrina. That definitely means a lot. That's good to know, Stephanie. I know that they've talked about stress being something that has to bring on seizures and stuff like that. So, yeah. How have you never been to Disney, Migdalia, and you've lived in Florida your entire life? I guarantee you, if I'm within 30 minutes of it, I will be there at least once a week. At least once a week. Thank you, Tracy. I'm hoping so, that they'll get it all straight. But yeah, I mean, again, it takes a while, and there's a lot going on. But yeah, thank you, Migdalia. But yeah, I'm still going to be posting stuff. I have already filmed the Patreon tutorial for tomorrow, so that's going to go up like normal. Well, not normal, because it was supposed to go up on the 15th, and it is now the 19th, but it is what it is. And part of the thing was, before I wanted to do the video, one, I needed time to process and think about how I wanted to word things, but yeah, and get this set up before I started filming over here. You live an hour and a half from there, Migdalia? Yeah, I would definitely recommend trying like one of the Disney parties. Those are fun. Yes, Stephen, you're always going to be more than welcome to come and see us. LJ, Disney tickets are expensive, but if you do like the annual passes, it's not so much. But yeah. And if you're there all the time, it kind of equals itself out. And I've had people be like, well, Florida still has hurricanes and stuff like that, because that's another thing I stress about 6 months out of the year, because we've been hit so many times, is, are we going to get hit with a hurricane again? Are we going to get hit with a hurricane again? It's happened so much that it's become a lot. But Orlando area, typically if they get hit by a hurricane, it's not much. Now, I'm not saying that that's always been the case, but we also evacuate from hurricanes. The weather there is pretty similar to here. So, again, it's the big change is changing states. Oh yes, it's Tracy. You'll definitely have to live through my videos. I will definitely do that. Catherine, we don't know when the last day is going to be, but it's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be in a week. It's probably going to be closer to a month or two, if I had to guess. But yeah. See, and Stephanie, I was born in Florida. I was born in Pompano Beach. Whenever Jeremy was in the military, we were stationed in Pensacola, and Florida is just my favorite place. So I love it. I love a good beach. I love things to do. I like being where it's warm most of the time. That's why I live down here. I don't mind visiting a place that has snow, but I don't want to ever live anywhere that has snow. I like to have areas where I can walk most of the year. I enjoy that. But yeah. Um, exactly, Migdalia. Once it hits Orlando, it's typically a trip because it's so far inland. Um, yes, Betty, thank you so much. But that's the plan, is to continue doing videos and then just kind of go from there. Um, yes, Latrina, we are going to be doing sales and stuff in store. Now, we're not going to do it online because we had taken down the website to swap it to a different company because we've been using Volusion and they were having a lot of problems going down. So we were going to switch to Shopify, and then kind of once everything started to snowball, it was like, well, there's no point. We don't want to, But yeah, Heather, we are going to be doing discounts on the store. Um, don't know exactly how all that's going to work, but Uh, oh yeah, Tracy, everywhere you're going to live, there's stuff. There's tornadoes, hurricanes, floods. You're completely right. The one thing I like about hurricanes versus most other natural disasters is you get time to evacuate. They tell you it's coming. So, thank you, Laura. That really, really means a lot. That's what you should do, Stephen. You should be like a golden girl and just go back and forth. That would be good. Thank you, Roberta. And that's the plan, is just kind of keep things going and do what I can when I can. Make sure that you have your notifications turned on to all, so that way you see when I post. Because if I'm not consistent, YouTube isn't always the best about showing you what I have posted, and that will help. But yeah, simply Orlando has great weather, or at least what I think. Yeah, no, Tracy. 67 good days. No, I can deal with the heat. I don't mind the heat. I don't mind the humidity. I mean, some days it's bad, but for the most part, I can deal with it. I just don't like to be cold. Like in my house, like I'm bundled up at 74 degrees. Um, let's see. Aw, thank you, Angela. That means so much. I'm glad that you are a survivor. But we are going to still continue doing crafts. And as I said yesterday, I want to know what y'all want to see, because I am going to be playing with a whole lot more stuff, because I think that's something that, it's like I've had to do certain things, and now I'm like, I want to do something else. Yes, Allison, that is what AC is for. Hi, Lori. That's my sister. That's my biological half sister on my dad's side, which from doing DNA, I found out that I had. She's so sweet though. But yeah, that's kind of where. Thank you, Erica. But yeah, I mean, and I hate to do it that way. It's just, how do you close the business? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to make those decisions. Stephen, I will have a room in my house at this point. Because, well, I mean, and who knows, I may change my mind at that point, but who knows? But yeah, I mean, right now I can't drive. I shouldn't go to work for anybody else. I mean, do you know, if I were like, I answering someone like, hi, this is Betsy, blah, blah, I don't even know if I could get through anything. Let's see. LJ, a lot of people don't like the heat and humidity. I like it, but Heather, probably starting next week. We're going to start doing sales. Well, Tracy, part of the thing is, and the reason why we decided not to keep it just online, is because of all of the shipping issues and supply issues, and those are just getting worse. That's part of the reason why we were deciding to do it. Now, anybody who's ordered t-shirts lately, like if you do any type of wholesale work, like screen printing or anything like that, and you order t-shirts from like wholesale companies, you'll know what I'm talking about, where it, like, to do a job, we're having to go, like just a normal screen print job, 50 shirts, which isn't much. We're having to spend hours upon hours and go to different locations and then like order it, and then something's back ordered, so we've got to try to reorder it from somewhere else. Things are getting like backed up. A lot of things aren't, like, there's going to be so many shortages on things, and like talking to like our shirt vendors and stuff like that, they're not expecting things to return to normal at the earliest as maybe mid 2022. Screen print ink has been limited. I know of several suppliers of mine that there's the amount that they could buy was cut down to a quarter of what they were able to purchase before. And then on top of that, just dealing with the post office. Y'all know that is a nightmare. Well, if something gets lost in the mail, I have to try to track that down, which is almost impossible, and then deal with customers and stuff like that. And as I said, it's just the stress of every part of it is a lot. That's what they say, Tracy. That's what I've heard a lot. Yes, LJ, it's so true. I mean, and thankfully, I am in a position between Jeremy's job and stuff like that I can take and make this choice without it hurting us, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's part of it. Y'all hear the train? We live closer to the train than the building is, so it might get loud, just to let you know. Yes, Dawn, that is true. Shelves are empty at the grocery stores. They're expecting to be some, I think they said that they're expecting there to be some vegetable and fruit shortages, because like if equipment goes down on a farm, you can't get the pieces to even fix it. Like there's, like if y'all seen like if you drive past a car dealership, there's no cars. Well, that's because the chips that they make that go in pretty much everything now, because everything's smart, they can't make enough because the minerals or whatever that they use to put in it, it's hard to get a hold of. So everything's backed up. And so like electronics, all those types of things, it's crazy how much everything's been affected. Thank you, Migdalia. That means so much. But yeah, and y'all can support on Patreon too. And if you join Patreon at any point, you can go back and get every file that's on there. And there's a bunch. And once I get settled in to my office space, I definitely plan on doing a lot more Patreon designs. And if you're on Patreon and there's something that you want made and you don't want to make it, let me know. Message me on Patreon and we'll make it for you. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I just want to kind of keep things going, because I cannot, like, that's one thing. Part of the reason why I'm still going to do YouTube and stuff like that is because I can't not do something. Like, I want to do it on my own terms and in my own way at this point because of health stuff, but I don't want to not have something to do. Thank you so much, Stephen. You're amazing. Yep. See, LJ, your car died this summer. Took 3 months to track down a new one. Shared a car with your parents till we could get one. Yeah. See, and like y'all know, we've talked about Jeremy's wanted a Bronco for years. Well, they're still trying to get out the 2021's Broncos, and they're still here. Like they should be on the 2022s by now. But yeah, that's kind of, it's so much, y'all. It's so much. But like, hey, Jeremy can't even get the car we've been talking about and trying to get for, like, he was so excited. So, Roberta, one of the things I do for Patreon, is what I've been doing right now. If you've noticed, like for people who are on Patreon, if you get the shirt level, you'll notice there's been a lot more grays and blacks and grays and blacks. Because typically I can pick and choose and go between different vendors to get a hold of the shirts that I need to. But yeah, if I can't get shirts, I will definitely do something else with it. And yeah, we're still going to do the Patreon kits, all that kind of stuff. I've already talked to Luke at Specialty, and they're definitely going to make sure I can still get all the vinyl and stuff like that I need. But yeah, we're definitely working on all that. Thank you, Migdalia. That definitely means a lot. But yeah, your husband's apartment, your business is terrible. And the thing is, business is slow because you can't get the things that people need. You know, I don't know how often it's like when I have someone come into the store to buy a shirt. Oh, do you have this in this size? Nope. Can you get it? Nope. Because a lot of the things, like, unless it's super popular, they have put all of their, like for shirts, they've put all of their, trying to keep up with supply for the most popular items first. But yeah. Anyways, thank you, Betty. Some clogging SVGs. I think I can do some clogging SVGs. Let me grab my pen and I will write that down. Now, I don't know if I will post about every SVG that I post on Patreon, but yeah. Because not everything will have a video. That's not safe, Dawn. And see, those are the things that I keep hearing. And part of it is, it's like, when I keep hearing this, it's like, do we want to keep this going and then maybe get ourselves into some type of bind because we can't get, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, stop, well, I guess while I'm ahead. Or at least that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. But yeah, I'm fixing to end it here. Migdalia, I make no guarantees if you can't come into the store, but try to email and maybe we can see if we can get some stuff sent to you. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. As I said, tomorrow will be the Patreon kit tutorial. But other than that, that's kind of where we're at. I guess that's where we are. And if you have any other questions, because I'm still going to do lives and stuff like that, but I might change them to earlier in the day since I am at home and Jeremy gets off work at 5. I don't want to, like, you know what I mean? But anyways, love you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow.